Hey guys, welcome to that 1870s Homestead. My name's Rachel and I'm super excited to bring to you guys today a video that I have wanted to share with you for several years. And it is my other pantry store, if you would say, that is non-food related, but very much homestead related. And I hope it inspires you and maybe gives you some ideas of things to put on your Christmas wish list. So let me go around the corner. We're gonna do some heavy work together and I'll get into it and show it to you guys. Okay, so I am in the other section. You guys are a little crooked, hold on. In the very, very far back corner of my basement. Like sump pump is right here below my feet. And it's nasty, it's gross. This is my life. Living in a very old farmhouse in a Michigan basement. And this stuff just kind of crumbles off the wall all the time. But this is kind of what I call my homemaking pantry when I'm making homemade goods. You name it, whatever it is. Chapsticks, makeup, shampoos, lotions, soaps, all those things I get, like all my stock stuff is here. And I came down to put away my basket of goodies from the last time I made a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, this is just so annoying to me that I have to crawl back here and it's always just dirty. We're gonna relocate it today. I'm gonna show you guys what I keep in store and tell you some fun stories of things I've made along the way. Okay, I have it over here. I'm just gonna give it a good clean first because it, like I said, it is nasty and it's set up on a like tall ledge in that section of the basement. So I couldn't even like see necessarily with my own eyes what was always up on this top shelf. And so now I can see not only what was up here, but how dirty it was. So I'm just gonna give it, not gonna be super clean here. I'm just cleaning the main dust off, cobwebs, things like that. And then we're gonna get down into the drawers. I'll tell you what I came down to get and put away. And like I said, I'll also share with you guys some of the things that I frequently make, have made in the past, and then some of the benefits of just having your own little pantry like this. I have had these things for years. They used to sit, like you can tell that these aren't made to stack, in my kids' closets when they were little, and they acted as like overflow dressers for, actually, in one of the houses that we lived in, they didn't even have dressers. So these were their dressers that kept their clothes in their closets. And I think, what, maybe if you paid $10 for them way back then, that would be probably very conservative estimate. So they've held up really well. And I'm sure I got these at Walmart. And they're just like little storage bin things that the drawers slide into. So let's come down here and let's take a look at what's in these drawers and we'll have some fun talking about this. I think I want to reorganize it too, but we'll just pull up one box at a time. So these are little fabric squares, making your own beeswax wraps. I still have plenty, but I have loads that if I wanted to use them to make gifts or I needed to make more, I have lots of just little fabric squares and they're 100% cotton. That's all that they are, but lots of cute little designs. You could use fabric squares for other things too, to make using like say your lavender or your rose petals and making like scented rice packs for soothing your neck, or making ice packs that go in the fridge. I know that I've never done that before, but I know that there's like a cool mixture you can make that you put in soda fabric pouches and put in the freezer. So if you get like a little kid with a boo-boo, they can take that out and put it and hold it on there. So fabric squares, I have lots of that in stock. This is very random drawer. Old deodorant tubes. I haven't made my own deodorant in a couple years because I actually found one that I absolutely love at TJ Maxx one time, and so I bought like 3 of them. But I have everything to make my own deodorant. I used to make my own deodorant all the time, so I keep a couple. I only have one right now. I keep a couple usually on stock of just empty deodorant bottles to make my own deodorant. That was actually going to be one of my very first videos I ever published on YouTube. Was going to be how to make your own deodorant. I filmed that video, and I think I filmed it like upside down, like, what do you call that? Portrait mode instead of landscape mode, because I didn't know what I was doing yet. But used to make my own deodorant all the time. And hey, if things happened, say with the supply chain again, and you couldn't get deodorant, I know how to make it, and I have the supplies to make it. This is a little kit that I got for Christmas one year, and that's the way I usually have received almost all of these things, is I put them on my Christmas wish list, and then I have my supplies and little kits and things that I need. But this is a fun little kit to make your own lip balms. So there's little tubes in there, there's like a little filler, and this is a little tray so it holds them upright and they don't fall down when you're filling them. So that's been fun to have, and I don't do that necessarily for myself because I'm just not a lip balm user, but I've done it many times for gift baskets and the kids' stocking. What's in here? Oh, very fun one. Essential oil rollers. So I have done this many times as well, making an essential oil roller with a carrier oil for either homemade perfumes or medicinal purposes, and then similarly spray. So I had this bottle example, my rose toner that I made, my essential rose water that I steamed juiced this fall. That was a lot of fun, and I keep it in the fridge, and then as this empties, I'll refill this, and this stays on my vanity in the bathroom, and I use it every single day. What else do we have in here? What is this one? Another lip balm. Yep, more lip balm tubes. This is some of our own beeswax from making, harvesting our own beeswax from our bees. I'm saving this. So I think I have a whole nother thing of beeswax in the fridge that needs to be rendered one more time. And when I have enough, I'm waiting till I have like lots so I can make my own beeswax candles. But if I ever ran out of store-bought beeswax pellets, I could also use these because beeswax goes into a lot of the beauty products I make too. Also to make the beeswax wraps. So harvesting my own beeswax has been a huge bonus. Now this one I have learned better, so don't judge me. This is palm oil. And I did use palm oil in body butters and soap when I first started, but I have since learned that palm oil is not, what's the right word? Like a regenerative type. It would not be good to use source palm oil. I don't know how to say it the right way. Not ethical, maybe. So we're not going to use, I won't buy this again. I will keep using it because I won't be wasteful, but I have since chosen to use other oils, coconut oil and things like that. More essential oil roller bottles. This is Shukai Powder. Doesn't belong in this drawer, but Shukai Powder is a powder I use for hair treatments, whether it's in my shampoo or mask. It's wonderful. So let me just read you something. See if I can find something that states Yes. So Shukai has a natural sebum, if that's the way you pronounce it, or sebum, that cleans the hair and scalp without disturbing the natural pH of the scalp. It prevents itchy scalp, clears dandruff. Shukai is an effective natural alternative for artificial shampoos and conditioners. And I enjoy it. It makes my hair feel really, really soft and definitely non-itchy scalp. That is something that I struggle with. You probably see me in videos a lot, just do this out of habit. And it's just I have an itchy scalp naturally. And then these are caps for extra caps. I got myself some of those silicone tubes. You often see those, again, I'm a big TJ Maxx shopper. So they're like little reusable silicone tubes. You know how you can't carry through like large bottles of shampoo and things like that in the airport? When I travel, I'm typically a carry-on only type traveler. And those silicone tubes allowed me to bring my own toothpaste, my own shampoo, lotions, things like that. And I can fill those bottles up. And so they're just up in my bathroom right now. Okay, drawer number 1. Drawer number 2. This one is a mess. So this is really soap making stuff for the most part, and all my essential oils. So lots and lots of essential oils, and they're all kind of just down in the bottom of the drawer. Then I have soap molds. So lots of soap molds kind of just scattered everywhere. And funny goggles for making soap. What is in this one? Oh, that's a container for my soap molds. So we'll put those in there. And if I would recommend anything, don't buy ones that say soap on them. This again was a gift, and I'm sure I asked for the ones that said soap on them. But it limits you to using your molds for just soap. Other things I've made with molds are things like lotion bars. And I wouldn't want to confuse somebody that I would be giving it to, or even myself for that matter, and think it's soap when I made lotion bars. So I have other molds that I use. Pantyhose. Why do I have pantyhose? Let me tell you why. Because I have lots of wool, 2 bags of little wool pieces that I haven't done this, but when I saw my craft box, I said, I need to do that again. Felted wool, look into it. I have a video on it, I'll link it in the description below, but felted wool soap makes your soap last longer. So you basically take your wool pieces, wrap your soap in it, a couple layers in different directions, and then put it in a pantyhose and run it under hot water and just scrub and scrub and scrub it in all different directions. And then that, if you ever have washed a wool sweater, you know what happens. It shrinks and kind of the fibers tighten to each other. And so that's what happens when you felt wool and on your soap, and it kind of just acts like a natural exfoliant too, and it's a natural soap saver. So I really like it. Okay, box number 3 is kind of sparse. It's more containers, honestly. So I save my Myers spray containers. I save soap containers. I don't see any other than this one that's not in use right now. So making your own spray cleaner. I use these mostly for making my own bug spray, insect repellent during the summers. I usually make up like 4 bottles, give a couple to the kids, and we keep one in our car and then one here at the house. Loofahs. So I haven't done this yet, but it's one of my waiting projects till I have enough, is I want to make my own loofah embedded soap. So cutting some slices of this and putting it in my soap. And then I keep, these were containers of carpet freshener I got from Grove, but these make great containers for other purposes. So if you wanted to make, if I wanted to make my own carpet freshener, I have baking soda here on this little side pantry, make up some of my own carpet freshener. Not something that we use often because it jacks up our vacuum cleaner. So I really don't use it too much anymore. And then this is a bottle that I thought I would like using for my homemade shampoo. You've probably seen this bottle in several videos, making shampoo, making body wash. It gets just a little too slippery in the shower. So I'll just reuse existing like shampoo bottles. Okay. And then, Epsom salts to make your own salt scrubs, salt baths, things like that. We've done that many, many times. When my daughter was home, we used to do that a lot. Okay, sorry about the noise. One more container to go through, and then I'll start reorganizing and putting things away. So this is where I first started. I first started with teaching myself how to make my own soap. And that year for Christmas, I asked for the soap mold, and I have one of the brick soap molds too. And it was so funny when I opened the box at Christmas, everybody thought I was crazy. I got like 4 things of lye. So lye is in here. Vegetable glycerin, I use that for body wash, for hand soap. It's a lather and a carrier and a combiner of things. I use it for in my shampoo, if I didn't say that. I use glycerin a lot in a lot of things. I think this is my very first bottle of Castile Soap, and I found that I'm not a big fan of lavender. So if you're just starting, I would probably recommend buying unscented Castile Soap. You will need that to make like a lot of homemade different things in recipes. I would buy unscented and then scented to your flavor. I know lavender is so good for your hair. It's so good for like calming and anxiety and things. It's just not my favorite scent to have as the primary scent. This is fractionated coconut oil. So I prefer to use this in some recipes over unfractionated coconut oil, which this just means it stays liquid. It doesn't harden, and it's handy to have in certain recipes. Witch hazel. I use witch hazel a lot, and I know I'm down on it, and I need to restock on it. I think I have like 1 and a little bit, and I usually keep like 8 or so of these. And they're fairly cheap to go buy at the dollar store. But witch hazel for my bug spray primarily, but it's also a great thing to have on hand for making your own facial toners, facial cleansers, wound care, all kinds of things. So that's just normal hand sanitizer. Sweet almond oil. Another great one to have for hair care, for skin care. Lots of good uses for it, even putting a bit in your soap. Then I have, this is baking soda, washing soda, and Bell's naphtha for when we used to make another pair of goggles, make our homemade laundry detergent. And I could have survived on homemade laundry detergent just fine because I followed the rules. And so homemade laundry detergent, when you make it, it's very concentrated, and I think you use like a tablespoon per normal washing load. But my husband is a practitioner of more is more. And so when you apply that practice in your life to anything, well, I should say more is better, always, for Todd. More sauce on his fries, more whatever. More is always going to make it better. More garlic in the dish. He applied that to laundry detergent, too. And it would not have a chance to dissolve properly and leave, like, white soap flecks on his clothes. So after several years of fighting this battle, we just switched to an alternative because we always do these things for the purposes of reducing our waste footprint. So what we went with was dryer sheets that come in cardboard boxes. And so not dryer sheets, laundry sheets for the detergent. And so I feel a little bit better about that choice. So just an alternative, but I would make it again. I wouldn't shy away from it. I would just follow the rules on how much to use. So that is everything. I have a few more things that we'll talk about when I get the drawers put away. And I know this is getting long-winded, but I've been wanting to share this with you guys for so long that because I do frequently use it often, and maybe it's something that's interesting you. I think winter's a great time to pick up projects and start new things. And so pick one thing and start small with it. Don't try to build up all this stock all at once. I've done this over many Christmas wish lists, and now I have a nice stock to go with. But I came down here because I do need to make the lotion that I promised you guys on a previous video, and some of those supplies were down here. And I need to put some things away too. So let's get over here. We're going to reorganize and a little bit and try to do this smarter. So this drawer, the thing that you saw that was in the drawer is the Epsom salt. I'm going to be adding some things back that I'm carrying down from my last homemade working video. So bentonite clay. So I'm going to call this like my additives drawer. Beeswax. I do need a little beeswax, so I have another one here. I do need some of that for the lotion. Aloe vera powder. And shea butter, which I need for the lotion. But we're going to add in our sweet almond oil, our fractionated coconut oil. This is magnesium oil. I'm going to carry that up because I need that. Castor oil, I need that as well. Aloe vera gel, put that in. Jojoba oil, we won't use that. And then we'll do our witch hazels in here. And I think that is, nope, we'll do our Shukai powder in here too. So I think that's everything I'll put in that drawer. And then when I'm done with this, I'll bring this back down. And I did realize that these stack together. I just had them upside down. So the last drawer is all essential oils. And I'll put the last few essential oils in here. I have decided that, I mentioned this in my last video, I'm trying to do less and less with essential oils unless it's for a medicinal purpose. But if it's only for fragrance, I'm trying to just not stay as pure, I guess I should say, as necessary. So come down here and I'll show you what I did with these two bottom drawers. So this one is kind of like the make it things, the containers, the tubes, the rollers, the bottles, the fabric. This is the heaviest drawer, that's why it's at the bottom. It's the lye, basically everything soap making. So my molds are in here, my goggles, the wool. And then I just went over this one with you, so that's kind of additives. And then we'll do essential oils at the top. So put these couple of essential oils in here. Oh, I should do a better job at sorting that, but I'm not going to right now. And then lastly, pull this down. I do have one more bottle of castor oil. Not castor oil, sorry, Castile Soap. And another one, Castile Soap. So we use it, oops, you guys aren't even seeing what I'm doing. So we do use that a lot. And then these are my soap making bowls. And the soap making spatula. And then lastly is keep yourself a book. Write down the recipes that you like and some, I keep my own book, kind of like I do with my canning recipes. These are my, you know, my deodorant, shampoo, lotion, all that kind of stuff is in that book. And one other thing that I keep, and this is coming up today for a different project, is lint. So all my dryer lint, I don't keep it all, but I always keep some in stock. And with the beeswax or leftover candle wax, things like that, we make our own fire starters for the cabin. So I needed some of this brought up. So I hope that inspires you. I hope it was fun for you. I wanted to share this with you for a really long time, like I said. And honestly, all of this has been asked for Christmas. A few things I've bought on my own, but it makes fun Christmas gift ideas for something very purposeful, something useful. And I know a lot of people are often overwhelmed by the cost of things when I do videos on making things yourself. But understand, you're not buying this for one purpose, for one use. It's going so far. So like that bag of shea butter, I've had that bag for years, and you use a little bit at a time. The Castile Soap, you use it a little bit at a time. Probably the thing that I go through the quickest and the fastest are my witch hazels and essential oils like lemon, bergamot, frankincense, and rosemary. So some certain essential oils I go through faster than others. But other than that, most of these things are like you buy it once and you have it for years to make your own with. So I'll see you guys upstairs in the kitchen on the next video. We're going to be making that lotion, and I'll share with you probably just a snippet on Instagram or Facebook of making our own fire starters. And it's, again, just really fun for me to be able to know that I can make these things myself. So I'll see you guys then.